Hey guys, today in this video we're going to go over how to create charts and graphs in Excel so that you have data that you want to create a chart for or a graph for. So for this example we have our day and let's just say we have average weather and we want to graph out how that weather looks. So there's two ways that you can create a chart or a graph. If we come up here to the insert ribbon and click on one of these available options. So let's just start with a simple line graph. So we have a blank slate here. So we right click and select data. So the two main sections here we want to focus on is this bottom chart here to the left, this bottom section, and this bottom section here to the right. So legend entries is going to be the data that you're actually interested in seeing graphed out. So that's going to be our weather. And then we can name this whatever we want. So let's just call it weather. And then horizontal category axis labels is just that. It's going to be these values down here. It defaults to just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. If we want it to be something else besides that, like we want to see Monday through Sunday, we have to actually change the values. So as we can see, the weather is graphed. The second way to do it is to first highlight the info, go back to insert, and click on your line, and there you go. It's already done for you. So that's probably the easier way to do it. As we can see, if we change values here, it automatically adjusts. Same thing here. So if this is, change that to whatever value, it'll also reflect itself in the graph. Okay, so a couple things about formatting the graph. We come to design, we can, well, let's just say that we don't have any of these things, that we deleted them all by accident and we just have these values. So if we click add chart element over here to the left, we can add axis, so which is just the values labeling each data point. We can add titles. So here we could say this is weather in degrees Fahrenheit, and down here we can say this is the day of the week. Notice that when you're not selected on the graph, we don't see that design and format tab. You have to first click on the graph, then they pop up the chart tools. Come back to the chart element. We can add several different things. Let's say we just want to add a chart title and a legend. Legends will come in handy when you have multiple different graphs on one, which we can go over here in a second. So we'll just say this is chart title, name it whatever you want. Let's just move this one over here to the side. Actually, let's just delete it and focus on this one here. Say that we want to graph two things on one chart. So we'll say this is weather 1. Actually, we'll just do something separate. So we'll leave this as weather. And we'll say this is something like humidity. And we'll say it's like 100%, 95%, 90, 85, 90, 100, 95. Some random values. If we come right click, select data, we want to add another entry. So we'll call it humidity, and drag to select the values. And now we see that adds another element to the legend and adds another graph. Say that we don't want humidity to show up as a line, but we want it to show up as a bar chart, and we want to leave weather as a line, so we want to kind of combine two different kinds of graphs. What we can do is come to design, click change chart type, do a combo, and we said we wanted humidity as bar and weather as line. So maybe not clustered bar, but yeah, just like that. Clustered column. And there we go. So Monday, the weather shows up as the line point. So that's 54, while the humidity was 100%. So 100 shows up over here for humidity, while 70 for weather. Let's go ahead and just add another type of graph. So we want to add a pie chart. So we'll click pie, right click, select data. Let's just focus on, we'll just remove, we'll focus on weather here. Okay, and okay. So with weather, it's kind of, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to do a pie chart. So let's just say that we're interested in something else. So 1, 2, 3, some random values just to illustrate how a pie chart would look. So as we can see, Sunday is the biggest with 6. So that's 27% of the summation. That's a pie chart. One other thing about graphs that's important to go over in this introductory video are trend lines. So if you're graphing out data, just go ahead and graph out these new values here, these new random values. And you want to find a line to fit this graph. So this graph's pretty simple. Let's go like 1, 3, 2, 17, 18, 4, 2. Some kind of goofy looking curve here that you want to add some sort of moving average or a way to graph it. Click add trend line. We have different ways to find a curve to kind of match the graph. So we have exponential, a linear, straight line, logarithmic, polynomial, and we can change the value to the order. And the higher the order, the closer it'll match the graph. But this is kind of a strange graph, so it might not match exactly. Power and moving average. Moving average the lower the moving average, the closer it'll get. You're not going to be able to generate a curve though, or equation. Say we do polynomial to 10 to the 6th. That's what that is. It'll be 10 to the 6th plus or minus 10 to the 5th plus or minus 10 to the 4th, etc. And we can see that by displaying an equation on the chart and displaying an R value. So the R squared value is how close it is to the actual, or how far removed it is from the real values. The trend line itself, let's just move it up here to see it easier. We can format the trend line by right-clicking Format Trend Label. We can do number. We want the decimal places to be 5, for example, and then that changes the format of the trend line. So that's a real quick, brief overview on how charts work. If you guys have any further questions on the more specific nature of charts, please let me know in the comments. But that'll wrap it up for this video. So thanks for watching.